Hello everyone, welcome back to the Pride Month special. We're doing another of these art challenge thingies. Like I said last time, I already explained everything that's gonna, like the schedule, what I'm gonna be doing, etc. Sorry uploads are so slow right now. Currently going through that moment of regret when you realize you joined too many maps. And Mars is accountable for that. Go yell at him, please. I need to be free from this suffering. I'm also kind of distracting myself by playing games I shouldn't be playing. Well, I should be working on map parts and commissions. Ah ha 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 ha. But I'm stupid like that, so. I also went through a migraine, my first ever migraine, yesterday, I believe, and that was not fun. I hated that. With every inch of my body, I hated that. I had to get pain meds. That hurt very much. Quick side note, if anything I say /do/draw is disrespectful and or stereotypical, please let me know. I'll immediately learn from my actions and apologize. I do know about most of these sexualities and identities, and the ones I don't know about are still equally valid. They're all valid, and I love you all. Please let me know if I do anything wrong. So, let's get started, shall we? Hopefully this episode will be quicker, because last time was 8 minutes. A record! Woohoo! Okay, let's go. First up we have Cookie, which is actually Pebble's sibling. Yes, it's her! The sister you've all been waiting for. She identifies as a unlabeled girl that goes by she, her pronouns. Is that right? Hold on, I need to check real quick. Okay, that was correct. Anyway, she is unlabeled. Whoa. Excuse that right there. She is unlabeled, but it's actually pansexual, but prefers to go by unlabeled. I got her as an adoptable right around the same time as Pebble. Wait. Yeah, it was the same time in the same batch. I was like, you know what? They look a lot like siblings. You know what? They are now. I used the orange for the shading, the blue for the highlights, and the green for the additional highlights. Next up is Darkpool. Woohoo! Another Warriors OC. She goes by she, they pronouns, and they identify as demisexual, and I don't know what's going on with my voice, but I can't speak right now, so just pardon that. Also, I think voice cracks. But yeah, she's demisexual, and likes girls. You'll see her girlfriend soon. She's literally later on in the video. I use the purple for the shading, gray for the highlights, and white for the additional highlights. Alright. Let's go on to the next one. Next up is Tulip, one of the first ever adoptables I got. Probably not the first. I don't know. She identifies as a graysexual, bisexual, who goes by all pronouns, but mostly prefers she, her pronouns. So, when I first got her, she was one of the first adoptables I ever got. I don't think I even knew what an adoptable was. I was just kind of just there. So I used the purple for the shading, the gray for the highlights, and the white for the additional highlights. Next up is one of my newest adoptables that I got a couple days ago. Their name is Merit. They're asexual and trans, female to male, trans. They go by he, they pronouns, and he is homoromantic. Yeah, their colors were based off the transgender flag. Since a lot of people are making pride adopts now, and basically pride stuff in general, which they should. I use the purple for the shading, gray for the highlights, and white for the additional highlights. Next up is my third newest adoptable, Mint. She goes by she, her pronouns and identifies as polymamory, polymamory, if that's how you say it. As soon as I got her, I quickly grew attached to her. Don't know why, but I just love her design, and it was very pretty to look at, so I just took her soon as I could. I struggled drawing the little pie symbol on the Polymamory flag, which you can tell. I used the blue for the shading, red for the highlights, and yellow from the pie symbol for the additional highlights. Next up is Rosestep, who is intersex but identifies herself as a female. She is pansexual, and her girlfriend is Darkpool. She goes by she, they, pup pronouns. I use the purple for the shading and highlights, and I use the yellow for the additional highlights. Last but definitely not least is our lovely trans lady, Cinnamon. She goes by she, her, and identifies as a lesbian. Cinnamon was also one of the first adoptables I made a ref sheet for. Also, sorry if she seems rushed. I forgot to do hers late, and I kinda had to quickly do hers before the day was over, because these videos take a long time to edit. Anyway, I used blue for the shading, pink for the highlights, and white for the additional highlights. And now we're done for this week. Whoa, wow! Went by quicker than I expected. Next up is female to male trans, agender, genderfluid, bigender, pangender, trigender, and genderqueer. Bye guys, see you next time.